Our next interview is with Mr. Zaidan, Managing Partner for Wathiq PropTech Venture. So Mr. Zaidan, welcome to Dubai.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you for your hosting, and yes, we are excited.
So Managing Partner of Wathiq PropTech Venture. Please introduce yourself and tell us about yourself and your company, sir.
So my name is Khaled Zaidan. I'm the Managing Partner for Wathiq PropTech Venture. So Wathiq PropTech Venture is the first MENA region PropTech venture firm. We've been there established for a year and a half right now. The firm is actually dedicated to invest in technology startup that only work in that help or actually assist the real estate sector. So we are the first of kind, and actually this proposition helped us a lot to get a lot of success within the last year. The firm has its first fund with the $26.6 million. It's a combined of a team with experience more than 100 years. We are like approximately right now 16 people behind it. We do have a board member level, we do have a venture partner level from all over the world, as well as the investment core team alongside with the advisor. Our mandate is to invest globally, not locally. But the first aim is to open the gate for all of the startups from all over the world to expand their operation to MENA region. As of today, we invest in 5 different portfolio companies. We had the pleasure to be a lead in one of the opportunity in Europe, Space D. Then alongside, we invest in 3 Saudi companies, Dar Rent, Munjaz and Rise. And finally, we are closing this year by investing in one of the company here in UAE. It's called Holo. And we are looking forward for more.
Amazing. Well, congratulations on the success that you've had so far.
Thank you.
Amazing stuff. So where did the inspiration, where did the idea come from?
Okay, that's a good question actually. So basically, I used to be a real estate fund manager for one of the capital firm in Saudi Arabia. And I used to manage 225 million Saudi Riyal mixed use project real estate. And when we saw let me say the economic situation with the real estate sector in specific in Saudi Arabia, so I decided to shift on to different type of assets class. So at that time was in 2016, and we hear about venture capital and what's the venture capital, the booming in the industry that time. So I go deeply in knowledgeable more. So then by 2019, I decided to establish the fund. It's the time. So gaining the experience in real estate, knowing the knowledge of how to talk the language of real estate stakeholders, and having a good experience and networking within the venture capital industry. So I decide and suggest to all of the other partners why we don't proposition ourselves as to establish the first VC firm that concentrates on a PropTech. And that's how the idea came on. And what's making success actually, alhamdulillah, as of today, that we get the acceptance from the market itself. So our LPs are coming from real estate development background, construction company, architecture, high net wealth family who are working in real estate sector. So it's a matter of timing, it's a matter of combining experience, and it's a matter of propositioning the right way at the right time. Maybe if we started 3 years ago, it might not succeed. But alhamdulillah, we got it on the right spot.
Timing is everything.
Yes,
in this
agree.
life.
Yes, agree.
Fantastic. And how have you found the acceptance within the market so far?
Since the inception of the first fund, so we start doing capital raise December 2020. And at the beginning, because that was our first fund within the venture capital industry, so people might little bit being afraid. To be honest, we've been connected to more than 350 investors in order to get the believing from 17 investors. So that journey took from us a year and a half to achieve it. So it was not an easy journey. But by the time and started communicating more people and more investors, we felt that the market is on the initial stage of a transformation. What do I mean? that the stakeholders of the real estate sector, they are on the initial phase where they would love to adopt the technology within their area. So we've been reaching them at that moment where they do feel, right now, 65% of the population in Saudi Arabia are millennials. And if you look worldwide, everything has been related to technology. And the only sector was not adopting the technology is the real estate. So once we reach them, they hear the success story of Kareem, of Amazon, of Souq, of Tesla. So they need to feel that within an area that they understand it. And that's make them somehow exciting. Alongside with the governmental support, to be honest, to the whole venture capital industry by establishing funds of funds and by doing a lot of initiatives. So it's becoming more acceptable by the people there. Yes, it was not easy to raise the fund, but at the end we got the let me say it, the 9% of the total amount of the investor that we've been reach, and they accept it.
And I think going back to confidence there, I think I've only known you for a very short amount of time, but if there's anyone who can instill confidence, I'm sure that's you, sir, because the way you use your language and the way that you really believe in this, you can feel it,
Yes, and sometimes my colleagues and partners, they call me, that's your baby. So they consider it as a baby. Yes, it is, to be honest. So I'm not saying it's a dream, but actually it's a goal. And that goal, do you believe in it or not? And do you think that you can achieve it or not? As well as, do you think there is a need for the product that you are offering it? If you say yes, or if you say lean yes, then you can market it. And that's what happened with us. I do remember like a lot of a story happened with us with a lot of investors. We met some of the investors, and they say, listen guys, we don't believe of the sector itself. We see that there is no pipeline, there is no opportunities, you can't do an investment, you can't convince the real estate people to adopt technology. And by the time, from the couple of partnership announcement, and they start to hear about our track record, they start to reach us to take our advice. So which is, yes, I do believe them at that time, that we still not being convinced yet, but if you try to hear us, you will be convinced. Why is that? Because we believe. We believe in ourselves.
That's fantastic. And for anyone what words of wisdom or what advice would you give to anyone who would like to be in your position?
To be a managing partner, that's actually a question I got it today, early morning today in one of the meetings. To be a managing partner for a venture capital fund, I do believe that you need to be dedicated 24/7. And when I do say 24/7, I really mean it. Basically, I wake up 5:30 a.m. and I go to bed at 10 p.m. So sometimes we do have meeting at 1 or 2 or 3 a.m. with other part of the world. So you need to be ready at that time. Today I'm in Dubai, tomorrow I'm in Riyadh, after tomorrow I might be in different city. Such work, you deal with regulator, you deal with LPs, you deal with portfolio companies, you deal with capital raising. So all of these are not easy. But can you do it? Yes, you can, but you need to understand the game very well. Is not an easy way, but I'm looking to anything in my life as it is puzzle. Once I see the Z, you might not seeing the Z, but I'm seeing it. So I need to build the puzzle for you to see the Z line, which I'm seeing it. Once you start, things will be moving on with you. But you need to believe in yourself. You need to build the good community around you, the good networking, in order to achieve it. I start learning about venture capital world by itself in 2015. And I established the first fund in 2021. So it's a 5 years learning cycle. Maybe other people will get it in 1 year, but for me, I was believing that I need to understand all of the aspects before I start, because once I start, I can't stop. That's my advice to everyone. would love to be in our proposition today.
And going back to that word team that you used just there, talk to us about your team and what that means.
The team is everything. You cannot do anything by your own. When I start to combine with the partners and team, I look for the missing things that I don't have it. Yes. So I go to a company to use their name to help me in assisting me in establishing the fund under a regulation of Capital Market Authority in Saudi Arabia. The other thing, and they do believe in me. Yeah, Mr. Ibrahim Al-Alwan or Mr. Abdullah Al-Mharib, they are the first VC investor. They believe in myself. They believe in me that I can handle it. Then I shift on and talk with the international partner who are right now our venture partner within the firm or within the first fund. Chris from Europe, who I will meet tomorrow here in Dubai, Francesco from US, Hisham, engineer Nasser, and last but not least Rafael from Asia. So all of these, they do believe, and they give me experience and knowledge which I don't have. Then moving on to the core team. My colleague here, Nawaf, Abdul Aziz, the first one who joined me within the... He joined me, I was having nothing at that time. But he do believe that we do have a vision and we could achieve. And last but not least, Abdul Ilah and Ayham. So these are the people who are behind the fund. And these people who really helped me to achieve my vision. So is it Khaled alone? No, at all. And it won't be. Without them, I won't be in this proposition today.
And about your goals for the next 5 years, can we talk that far ahead, or?
You can, listen. Let me say it in this way. I'm within this industry, there are a couple of famous firms. Since the first day I start establishing Wathiqa PropTech Venture, I was telling the guys, and every day I'm telling the guys, we need to be the Sequoia capital of a PropTech in MENA region. How, when, why, I don't know. But we need to be, because Sequoia Capital is one of the best venture capital firm all over the world. We need to be the best venture capital in a PropTech in MENA region. That's our vision for the coming 5 years. And actually, we are planning to open our fund and to open a couple of other funds belonging to our firm in Europe, in US, in Asia. We would love to be the best PropTech investor in any technology startup. So once you hear that Wathiqa PropTech Venture is investing in this startup, you should hurry on to invest with us. Why? Because this startup will be a success story. That's our 5 years mission. If we're talking about short term, yes, we are right now in our first fund. We are targeting to invest in more than 30 companies in the coming 3 years. And then we would love to raise our second fund, which will be $100 million, inshallah. And that fund, we will be expanding our portfolio. We would love to see within the coming 2 years a couple of success stories within our portfolio company, such as an IPO, a great acquisition, a great exit, whatever the exit plan is. That's our short term. Okay. And to give return for the investor who do believe in us. Our long term, we will be, and I'm sure that we will reach it, the best PropTech venture all over the world.
Well, I wish you every success. I have no doubt you will get that. You're obviously a very, very driven person. It's very inspiring. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. It's been great to speak to you, sir.
Thank you, Leanne, and thank you for everything. And hopefully to see you soon in Saudi Arabia.
Yes, and we look forward to welcoming you back next year, sir.
Inshallah. Thank you.